Well, hello there. Welcome to the stream. My name is Abhilash, and today we are going to talk about coding. Just waiting to see myself on the stream, and then we'll start immediately. All right. So, welcome all the people who are live and all those who are going to watch this recorded later. Welcome to all of you. My name is Abhilash. I am part of the Unacademy Champions team, and today is my first session on coding. Yeah, we're going to start this and we'll take this slowly. We'll look at some core concepts and understand what is going to happen. Anything that you feel as I am, you know, talking, leave a comment in the live chat and I'll try and reply to everything that you say. All right. Hello, Shraddha. Welcome. And the offer is on your screen right now to ace your final exams with Unacademy Plus. Get the subscription, get the Plus subscription. The link is in detail. Yes, कौन सी कोडिंग है कोड डिकोड वाली और स्क्रैच वाली नहीं है आयुष. Okay. Today we're just going to get some theory sorted. We are going to talk about what is coding, why coding is necessary, and all of that sort of stuff. And we'll take this slowly. We're not going to jump into code right now, but let's see. Let's try and understand from the very fundamentals everything that we need to understand about coding. And here we go. Once again, my name is Abhilash. I'm a co-founder at two companies. One is called Gentle Bamboo, the other is called Leviosa. And yeah, as far as coding is concerned, I love to code, I teach coding, and I love to teach coding. So that's what I'm going to do today. Menti, we're not doing Menti today, Nital. Okay, let's start with a small quote for the week. And this is from Stephen Hawking, the renowned physicist. And what he said was whether you want to uncover the secrets of the universe or you just want to pursue a career in the 21st century, basic computer programming is an essential skill to learn. Yeah. So that really is our main idea here. Coding is essential skill in the 21st century to do anything. And I'm not even talking about a career here. We're not talking about how do we get a job, how do we turn this into our career. All that is later. What we are going to do now is we're going to try and understand first what coding is and fall in love with coding, enjoy that experience of coding, and that's what I hope to bring in you. Hi Tarun, hi. The chat is moving a little too fast for me. Everyone, hello. I won't be able to take everybody's name. The chat is moving too fast. However, I will try and cover as many of you as possible. First of all, if you are not subscribed to the channel, do that now. Okay. Do that now, hit on that subscribe button, hit like on this video if you have not already done so, and hit that bell icon to get notifications. We are targeting 10,000 subscribers as early as possible on this channel. So do your bit, spread the word as well. All right. So that's one thing. Let's start about talking now. Let's talk about coding of why coding and what is coding and how to go about coding. These are all questions you probably have in your mind. You've probably seen some videos here and there. You've talked about animations. You've talked about mobile games. You've talked about web applications. All of that is on one side, right? But deep down, let us try and understand first, why is coding even necessary? Okay. And if some of you attended a Menti battle we did yesterday, you would know that I introduced a very strange concept in question number 1 itself. If you have not seen it, go watch that video also later. That's a lot of fun. And in that, I talked about a concept, which is why coding is essential. Why do people need to code? Is computers are very powerful, but also they're very stupid. Yeah. I'm not trying to make fun of computers here, all right? Computers are very powerful, they're very fast, but if they were very smart, they wouldn't need us. If they could do whatever they wanted to themselves, why would people need to code? They should be able to do it themselves. The difference though is that as powerful or as fast a computer is, it cannot do anything by itself, which is where we come in. We are the coders, programmers, developers, whatever name we use, pretty much the same overall idea. So the concept here is that you and me have to learn how to instruct a computer to do something. Okay. So why computers? Why do we even need to code? That is because the a computer is a bit like the genie I have showed here, which is very powerful, phenomenal cosmic powers, but itsy bitsy living space, right? And a genie has to be instructed what to do. It can do anything, but it has to be instructed what to do. A computer is very much like that also, right? So yes, the first thing we need to understand is why, and this is the why of coding. Okay, the fact that we need to tell a computer what to do at every step helps it to understand, and it helps it to do what we need, right? And that something could be as simple as add two numbers. If I ask a computer to add 2 plus 2, it will tell me that it is 4 in a second. But if I ask it to multiply a 13-digit number with a 17-digit number, really, it will still be able to give it in, as far as human perception goes, it gives it in the same amount of time. And that really is the difference. The computer is very, very powerful. It's very, very strong. But if I just leave it to it, it won't do anything, which is why I and you need to learn to code and go about. I see a couple of questions here in chat. Let me see. They can only do if we instruct them correctly. They cannot do anything by themselves. Exactly, Vaishnavi. That's what. Uh, if you make a mistake in giving the instruction, they will follow that instruction. You know how we our parents and all tell kids, if all your friends go and jump off a building, will you do the same also? With a computer, yes, it will. If you tell it to go jump off the computer and it can, it will. That is the point. A computer is not going to understand what is right, what is wrong. It will just do what it has been told. It is left to us to do it, to give it the instruction. So that really is the reason why Yashvi Tiwari, you're saying bye already. What happened? Anyways, moving on. So that is the why. Okay. Here we go to the next part, which is what. See, I'm going in a reverse direction. I'm starting with why we need to code, and now I'm going to talk about what even is coding, right? So here's a definition. There are 4 words I want you to pay attention to. So pay attention to them. We'll go one after the other. I've bolded them. Coding is the process of using a programming language to instruct the computer to behave as desired. A computer does not know how to behave. It behaves in a way that you instruct it to. And using a programming language to instruct it is the first step towards coding, right? So we're going to use a language, and that language could be anything. It could be JavaScript, it could be Dart, it could be C, it could be PHP, it could be C++, C Sharp, uh, Java. There are many, many languages in which we instruct a computer to do something. But deep down, they are all about 70% similar to each other. There's a ton of overlap between one programming language and another programming language. So we first have to learn some language, right? We learn a language, and then Python, like somebody said, Python is a very versatile and powerful language as well. So now, using a programming language, we write some instructions, right? And over the period of the next week or the week after that, and so on, we will start slowly actually writing some code and starting to make some, progress in this. And what we will do is that we will learn something called a programming language, a scripting language, markup language. All of these are big words at the moment. So don't go too deep into this yet. We are going to take it slowly and steadily. And what I am going to do now is, on this screen, what you're seeing, just get those four big bolded words in your mind. Okay, it's a language to instruct the computer to behave as desired. And if our desire itself is wrong, if we are not very careful with what we instruct the computer, it will still behave like that. And that is the key thing. Okay, so understand this, what coding is. Coding is the process of using a programming language to instruct the computer to behave as desired. Okay, Ayush Sahu, class half an hour chalegi beta. It's going to last from 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Kim, I remember you. I totally remember. You're the one who made that comment. No, repeat that comment again. Zero, destiny, whatever. Yeah, I totally remember you. All right. Coding is the process of using a programming language to instruct the computer to behave as desired. Just get this general idea in your mind and you should be good to go. All right. Now, let's talk about how. We understood why. Why do we need to code? Say so in chat. Why do we need to code? Why can't the computer do its work itself? We need to code because go on. Let me see some responses. To create a more advanced life. All right. No, you've gone too far, Vaishnavi. We need to code because computers are not very smart. They're somewhat stupid and we need to tell them what to do. That is why we need to code. Now, computer does not work itself, Ankita says. Perfect. Ayush says because computer is dependent on us. That's correct, because it cannot do it itself. Yes, computer is very powerful. Think of it like having somebody who's very, very strong, powerful, who can lift any weight, but needs to be told which weight to lift. And that's it. And the simplest way of looking at it is, like Abhiti says, it's like a genie. It's powerful, but it needs instructions to do its work. That's correct. Okay? So that really is the why. The what we understood, there was a definition I gave you. I hope you remember this one. It's the process of using a programming language to instruct the computer to behave as desired. Okay? Whatever we instruct it, right, wrong, whatever, it will do. Okay? And now let's talk about how. In the weeks that proceed after this, we are going to spend a lot of time trying to understand the how part of this. Okay. Today I'll give you just a little bit of hint on how we go about it. Let's take one small problem and try to solve it using basic English. We're not going to look at a programming language. We will look at the English language on how to solve it. And later we'll see how to turn that idea itself into a programming language. Okay. See, how of coding, it's just like any new language. Let's say you speak English or Hindi at home and you wanted to learn Kannada. Or if you speak Tamil at home and you wanted to learn Hindi. Basically, there is one language that you know and there is another language that you want to learn. If that is the case, then what would you do? First of all, you should start listening to other people speaking. That's the first thing that you need to do to start learning. That's how kids learn. If you see a newborn baby, as it keeps growing, it starts learning language skills. How does it do it? Because it is listening to people speaking all around it, right? And while then start speaking that language, then start reading that language, and finally start writing that language. Okay, I've got the order a little different here. It is, first of all, it is go from listen to speak, speak to read, then read to write. So this is the order in which you learn any new language. All right. And if that is the case, the difficulty in learning a language can be made much simpler if we are only willing to take some time to learn it. Okay. First of all, start listening, and in a programming language, context, that listening means start watching videos like the one I am doing, either here or in the Unacademy Plus or iconic classes. So start listening in, start watching somebody else code. The second is start speaking that language. So if you're going to try and solve a problem, think how would a computer understand you, and generally start speaking that in your mind. Then there is read, which is start reading your you know uh, code code that other people have written. Just try and read and understand it, and finally when you're ready, you start writing the code. And that's the same order that you learn any language, also the same way in which you learn a programming language. Okay. मेंटी है श्रुति स्मृति नहीं आज there's no mentee today. We just about getting into the basic ideas of this. ठीक है. So I hope this makes sense. How to learn any new language is the same way in which you learn a programming language as well. There is barely any difference between the two. Now, having done that, first of all, there's a link in the chat box. Go now and sign up, follow us on Telegram. The link is in the description box. If you're not in it already, then start, following us on Telegram. Okay. Mehak says computer code is very important. Almost every electronic device you use relies on code. Yes, absolutely, Mehak. If there is at this point any programming language, then any electronic device, definitely there is some amount of code in it. While that is not the kind of code we are going to learn, but it is good to know that wherever you look, everywhere in the world you look, you are going to find some level of code in it. These days you get these smart bulbs, if you have seen that, where from your phone you can control the color of the light and the brightness of the light and all of that. There's code even in our bulbs now. Yeah. And we can actually write code on our computer to be able to control a bulb and a fan and air conditioning and open doors and closed doors. All of these can now be possible using code, and it is almost essential to start learning them so that you can experience the world in a better way. I had previously taken academic, unacademic, other classes, Shahrukh Chaudhary says. All right, okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. I hope this is making sense to all of you. Make sure you follow us on Telegram, and let's move on now to understand truly what is coding. And I want to give you some definitions. Okay. Coding is storytelling. I'm not saying coding is like storytelling. I'm saying coding is storytelling. And like in any story, there are components of a story. There's a beginning in the story, and there is an end to the story. There's a hero in the story, and there's a villain in the story. Okay. And you are the person who's writing that story. You're the storyteller, you're the story writer, and you are dealing with a very smart villain, which is your problem that you're going to solve, and a very dumb kind of hero who is like very brave, very strong. But the hero has to be told what to do. Yeah. Understand this. Like every story, this story has a beginning and an end as well. Like every story, this story has a hero and a villain, except the villain is very smart in this. The hero is brave, powerful, strong, but not very smart. He's somewhat dumb. And then there is you, and you have to write that story to make that hero win against the villain. Okay. The villain is the problem statement here, what you're supposed to be doing. The hero is your computer. You are the storyteller. The beginning is the problem. The end is the solution. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Omkar says how to publish an app on Play Store. Omkar, we are some distance away from that beta. Let's start getting the basics right first. Okay. Uh, to answer your question in 4 sentences, to publish your app in an app store, you have to first install 4 or 5 different software, write code, create an APK file, then take that, apply for a license on Play Store, upload there, and finally get it approved. So that's a bit of a long journey. Uh, if we have enough time, someday we will cover all of that. But as of now, we are going to talk primarily about the absolute basics of coding. Okay. I hope it makes sense so far. We are going to write a story today together. Okay. So I want some responses from you. I'm going to ask you to help me write that story. That story, in technical terms, is called an algorithm. Okay. Algorithm. Algorithm is the story. The story that you're going to write to solve a problem is called that. And what we will do is that let's write that story together. There's about 15 seconds lag, so I'm going to ask a question, wait for you to start giving me a response. The problem statement looks like this. The problem statement is that you are supposed to go to a vegetable shop, buy some vegetables, and come back home. That's the problem. That's the villain that you have to defeat. Okay? And what we will do is we will write that story step by step, one by one. Okay? I'm going to start the first line of the story. After that, I'll pause for 10-15 seconds for you to hear that, see, and then respond to me what the second step is going to be. And slowly, slowly, we'll build that together. Okay? Step number 1, I think, is to go and buy vegetables if you are going to solve the problem. The first thing we are going to do is that we are going to leave home with money, a list of vegetables to buy, and a bag. Okay? That's the bare minimum we are going to do. Now I want to hear from you the second step. What should we do now? I have left home with money, a list, and a bag to carry my vegetables. What do I do next? Ankita Das says, go to vegetable shop. Okay. Let's see more answers. Picking the vegetables. Hello, Apeksha. Eat them. Okay, hang on. We are not ready to eat yet. We're still waiting for the second step only. All right, here we go. Number 2 is reach vegetable shop, go to market. Yep, totally. That makes sense. Traveling through a vehicle. I am traveling through a vehicle. Okay, Omkar. Go to market. Perfect. That's step number 2. Then what? Step number 3, after having reached the market, you do this. You select the vegetables from your list. Okay? Purchase the vegetables. Perfect. You pick the vegetables that you want, and once you have selected the vegetables from the list that you wanted, you're now going to go to the 4th step, which is get them weighed and bagged. Yeah? After having selected them, put them in the plastic shopping cart that comes with it. You take it to the counter and have them weigh it. Okay? And once they've weighed it, they're going to put them in a bag and now bargain with the shopkeeper. Absolutely. And I'm glad you guys are trying to be funny here, which is good, because then I want to come to explain how many steps are still missing in between this. That's a lovely comment, Omkar. Thank you so much. Number 5 is pay them and collect the change back. Or if you're using Paytm or card, then you are free to pay the exact amount. Okay? All right. I see how all of you are now getting into the zone of actually typing this story together with me. Okay, let's look at step number 5. After having collected the change back, drive back home or walk back home, go back home. Perfect. Whoever is coming along, go carefully to home. All right. Carefully is also good. These days, you have to be extra careful also. Make sure that you're wearing a mask also at all times. But you see how we are now doing this? Number 7, once we have reached home, now what? We wash the vegetables. Wash them, get them cleaned right away, and then finally put vegetables in the fridge, and now the problem has been solved. Does that make sense? Do you see how there is a process for all of these, right? Cut them, make vegetable, make curry, all that is there. But the problem can be taken and broken into small pieces. And that's what I'm trying to tell you here. With vinegar, Alisha Pandit says. All right then. All right then. Perfect. Perfect. So now, as you saw, that we were able to take a problem and we were able to break them into multiple pieces. In fact, we broke them into exactly 8 steps. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's see. Between step number 1 and 2, think of how many things that have to be done. Leave home with money, list and bag, I have said. Okay. But I have other conditions here. Check that you are taking a mask. Check that you have locked the door. Ensure that if you have a dog, that you have tied the dog or something. If you're taking the dog along with you, take that along with, right? All these are steps that are involved in them. Once you reach the vegetable shop, select vegetables from your list, I'm saying. But in between that, in between those 2 steps only, there is even more. What happens if the vegetables that you wanted are not in the list? What happens if the vegetables are in the list, but you don't have enough quantity? What happens if they are not really of high quality? What happens if the tomatoes are smelling a little, if they are squished a little? Do you still buy them? All of these, as you see, add, keep adding, keep adding. Within this are all the programming terms that I'm going to teach tomorrow or the next week rather. Yeah. In the next class, the programming terms we are going to learn are all here, which is there is something called conditionals. Okay. Conditions are if something happens, then do this. Okay. And it's usually summarized as something that I'm typing here. IFTTT, if this, then that. That's what I've said now in the chat. Take a look at this. Yeah, what if shop was closed? Perfect, Vaishnavi. And this right here is the essence of programming, which is try to check all the things that can go wrong and plan to write code to ensure that you handle that case. If shop is closed, do we go to the next shop or not? Yeah. Do we have an urgency? Are we too far away from home? Did I take my bicycle to go get the vegetables or did I take my car? All of these considerations, even as we pay and collect the change back. What if the person doesn't have change? Do we go to the second shop and get some change? Do we ask him to keep the change? Do we buy extra mangoes or whatever just to get a round number bill? That right there is the essence of coding. Any problem from today onward that you're going to do, and not even a problem, anything that you're going to do, try and create step-by-step instruction plans. Try and create a algorithm. And that's what we are going to do. And that's it. That is all that I wanted to cover in this class. Hope this made sense to you. And now I have some tasks for you. I'll share that towards the end. Let me just quickly share with you some details about what's happening on Unacademy right now. Well, what's new with Unacademy? We have a Ask a Doubt feature. And in that feature, we have, lots of stuff that you can do. You can ask unlimited doubts. You can ask doubts at any time. And once you ask a doubt, one of the, educators is going to give you a high quality video solution to your problem in English and or Hindi, right? You will get exact matches for questions. You will obtain instant and accurate solutions to lakhs of questions and get assistance with homework. We're going to help you with all of this in Unacademy's Ask a Doubt feature. And this is how you do it. Download, first of all, if you have not downloaded the Unacademy's Learner app, in there, click on Ask a Doubt and select or take a picture or choose from gallery, and then you use that picture for the question, right? And we also have this Unacademy subscription, which has tons of features. So definitely sign up for this. You can learn live from the comfort of your home. You can Get unlimited access to all the courses in the Unacademy subscription. Top educators of India are going to be on one platform to teach you what you need to learn. Regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions will happen. Exhaustive coverage of syllabus will happen. Mentorship and guidance will be given to you in person, individually. Study material, PDF format, practice tests, live test series, batch courses. All of these are available for your specific questions. And along with this, we have daily practice sessions, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQ and subjective test series. All of this is happening. Okay. And the pricing for that subscription is for a month, you get the plus subscription for as low as 2,700. But if you go for 18 months, 1.5 year, then you've got that coming in for just 18,000 rupees. That's 1,000 a month. You can also get subscription to Iconic, and that will help as well. Okay. The Iconic subscription, in addition to everything that you have there, you additionally have stuff like, Iconic subscription redefines mentorship and ensures you have hands-on learning. And we're happy to present a 360-degree support system that gives you, the student, everything that you need. You'll get personal mentors, live doubt solving will happen, weekly reports are given to you. There's a parent connect where regular open hours are available for your parents to discuss concerns with your personal mentor. Study planner is available for you, and all benefits of the Unacademy subscription that obviously comes with you already. Okay. So Unacademy's Iconic subscription, these are the costs. For 24 months, you can get 48,000 rupees, all inclusive of taxes. This is the price point for a 12-month subscription. On top of all of this, in the description, you will see my, code. That is something that you can use to get a further discount of 10%. Okay. You can use this code. You have a code in the description as well. Use that, and code live is the code. So use that, get a further 10% discount. Share this with your friends. And if you've still not liked the video, if you've still not subscribed to the channel, now would be a good time to do it. All right. And ensure you download the Unacademy Learner app as well. All these features you can try for free and then decide to sign up. Okay. I want to give you all a challenge. Okay. All of these comments that you've been leaving. Okay. And I know you're doing it in fun, but that is still very, very accurate. What I want you to do is write an 8-step algorithm or story about going to the market and buying vegetables and fruit. This is what we have done. I want you to take that 8-step process, turn that into a 16-step process in which you're going to do all detailed, algorithm. Okay. And I want you to write that story, send it over to us in the comment. I want to see the best story written by you. Okay. If you want to be funny, be funny. That's okay. That's how we all learn when we are trying to enjoy the process. So I have a challenge for you. Write not an 8-step, but an 16-step algorithm, which is about you going to the market to buy vegetables and fruits. Okay. And that's it. That's the session I wanted to do today. There is no mentee in coding. Not today. Not today. Sometime soon. Sometime soon. All right. And that's it. Thank you, everybody who was in the live session. Thank you, everybody who's going to watch this recorded. I hope you learned something. I wish to see a comment by all of you here. A 16-step process on going and buying vegetables. All right. With that, I will take your leave and I'll see you next week.